With depression, what it does is it tricks you into thinking that suicide is the only way out. I felt alone, unloved, unwanted, and unneeded. I thought that I could just go away and everyone would be glad because then I wouldn't be a burden anymore.
This kind of thinking is very typical of what we see with patients that want to end their own life, including patients that have a diagnosis of a terminal illness. They tend to go through periods where it's hard to see their way through, where it's hard to feel like they can endure another day.
After 4 years of clinical depression, no idea what was going on, what was happening, I finally decided that the only way out of this pain, of this suffering, was by my own death. That was the only option. I deliberately crashed a car 60 miles per hour wearing no seatbelt.
The number one suicide spot in the world is the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. A journalist tracked down the few people who have survived the jump from the Golden Gate Bridge. There's only a small handful of them. And he asked them a very interesting question. He said, what was going through your mind in the 4 seconds between when you jumped and when you hit the water? Every single one of them said the same thing in response. They said that they regretted the decision to jump, with one man saying, I realized in an instant that all the problems in my life that I thought were unsolvable were actually solvable, except for having just jumped.
I was dazed, I was in shock. I couldn't believe that I was still alive. When someone is standing on the ledge, on the edge, ready to jump, what's the natural human response? It's to pull them back. With assisted suicide, the message is, go ahead, jump.
What doctor-assisted suicide does is that we give them easy access to means. It's giving them a nudge. It's nudging the person off the bridge. And what they need in that moment is social support, medical support, solidarity, loving care, and kindness. When they get through that crisis, they look back and say, I'm glad that I didn't attempt to act out in that moment.
Someone's suicide impacts so many, their family, their friends. The ripples just spread and spread and spread in ways that someone who's depressed could never imagine.
By saying no to doctor-assisted suicide, we can say yes to a dignified death, where patients' pain control, their anxiety, the complications of their illness are given the best care that medicine has available.
Every suicide is tragic. Whether you're old or young, healthy or sick, your life is precious where you are and is worth living.